Hey everybody, it's Dale.
And this is Eric.
And welcome to the Transformers Beast Wars podcast.
You can find it at OptimusPrimecast.com.
This week, episode number 20.
Dark Voyage.
Written by Samuel Warren Joseph.
And directed by Stephen Ball.
Scorponok and Waspinator blow up a pit of Energon while Cheetor, Rat Trap, Rhinox, and Dinobot are mining in it. All four Maximals are blinded and must somehow make it back to the Axalon.
Da, 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 da.
How you doing this week, Eric?
I'm doing alright.
Alright, I'm doing real good. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
Glad to be back. This is fun.
It is.
Yeah, we're not recording the way that we told them that we would.
No, we wouldn't.
But we are using yet another microphone at yet another location. And one of our upcoming episodes, we're actually on a different handheld recorder too. So this will be an exciting series of weeks.
Yeah.
Before we stabilize somehow, but whatever.
Hey, you know what? Whenever you're tumbling, you need to do corrections before you can actually make progress on your course. You need to stabilize. Mm-hmm.
And podcast regularly. So we start out. We start out this week in a mining expedition. An excavation expedition.
Okay.
For Energon.
Rat Trap is digging around, and he comes across this shiny, luminescent
nugget of
purple nugget of, I guess, Energon.
Of Energon. Yep, he finds this nugget of Energon. He's super proud of himself too.
Oh yeah, man, he's digging. He's so proud, but for some reason, he digs all the way down to it, but he needs some type of special grabber to pick it up.
Well, you don't want to just touch raw Energon.
I mean,
I think that's the thing.
They're strapping it to Cheetor's back.
Roll up.
While this is going on, Rat Trap is bragging about how he used to be a miner.
Used to be the best miner in the Vespa system.
I want to know if he was a miner before he was a super spy, or maybe he was a miner while he was a super spy and it was one of his cover jobs.
Maybe he was a miner between being a super spy and before he became a scientist. Because maybe he was a super spy and then things kind of chilled out because the war was over. And then he was like, all right, well, I got to pay the bills, so I'll become a miner. And then
this is true.
Hey,
he's
science expedition. And then he's like, I want to be a scientist.
He's super proud of himself, and we cut to Dinobot, who hates this job.
Oh, gosh, he's complaining every 5 seconds.
Because Rat Trap is apparently, the best at whatever job he happens to be doing at any given moment, and he likes it. And Dinobot hates every job, every assignment.
Can't believe this. I shouldn't even be out here.
What a waste of my talents.
But then his meter goes off, and he's like, I think I found some.
I found some. Here.
And then Cheetor comes over and lets him know that.
Nice find, Dino Miner. You're even better at this than Rat Trap.
I'm better at everything than Rat Trap.
But then they're distracted by an incoming something.
Yeah, weird. To me, it looked like a cross between a javelin and a cardboard tube model rocket.
Totally.
That you get, in Boy Scouts and stuff.
Yeah. It totally did. And then it strikes ground.
Well, it lands in a thing of Energon.
Yeah, it lands in a thing
and it's all sparkly, and it's making some noises.
And it misses what, Dinobot?
Yeah, it misses Dinobot, and it just doesn't do anything. Mm-hmm. And then we look up to see
Scorponok, who had fired this, and Waspinator.
Mm-hmm. And Dinobot's like, "Oh, you missed."
Oh, did I?
Look again, you fool!
Because apparently this wasn't an exploding thing. Well, but we don't even know that. He says, "Didn't I?" And then Rhinox jumps in. Rhinox is disgusting, and then jumps in to save the day.
Yeah, he grabs it and he throws it away.
Yeah, he vomits his face out of his face, jumps into the pit of Energon, and throws this cardboard tube rocket off into the distance. A lot of things get thrown off into the distance.
This is a very throwing type of
Olympic
episode.
Games. The Olympic Games of Transformers. Beast Wars Games.
Anyway, reminds me of Caveman Games.
Oh man, that game was good.
It's the girl throwing game.
Yeah, You have to make circles with the directional pad.
Oh gosh, that was a horrible NES game.
I loved that game. That game was just straight up fun.
Game. I hated it every time that we hung out. You were like, "Oh my god, let's play Caveman games."
That's fun.
Gosh. But yeah, so he throws it away.
But Scorponok lets him know that it's too late.
Yeah, I guess this rocket or whatever it was.
It never gets explained to us.
Well, I mean, I know I'm inferring a lot.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of inferring to do in this episode. Yeah.
With I'm assuming that it has some type of harmonic resonance thing where it basically vibrates or uses a frequency to excite the energon. Much like, Tesla's doomsday device. The story goes that Tesla invented this oscillating machine, and he had it strapped to one of his I-beams, and it basically found the resonance frequency of his building and caused this huge earthquake to basically manifest only on his building. And it kept on getting stronger and stronger, more intense, and the only recourse that he had was to smash it with a hammer and destroy it before the whole building collapsed. Anyway, it's also one of the reasons why militaries, when they go over like a suspension bridge, there's signs on there that says military must break step, so that they're not constantly marching in sequence, like 1, 2, left, right, or whatever, so it doesn't build up a pattern and theoretically destroy the bridge.
Oh, wow.
But it's all been disproven.
Okay, yeah. It'll be almost like, send the army out to dance on this bridge.
We must dance!
Yeah, let's express ourselves through the movement of our bodies, to the chagrin of our enemies.
So yeah, it excites the energon. The energon builds up a charge and then I guess explodes.
The energon is contaminated by whatever this thing is doing. Yeah, if any of the science that you said, let's go with that. Okay. The science that Eric just described happened, and now the energon is just straight up contaminated and it explodes.
Yeah, and we cut to a commercial break.
Yep, Waspinator and Scorponok are really, really proud of each other.
Waspinator thinks Megatron will be pleased with us.
Yes, we must report to him at once.
Like, okay.
But the explosion, bro. What about that photorealistic explosion? That was just like random. It was totally random. It was like, did they not have time to animate one?
It was honestly.
Somebody logged on to GeoCities website. This is the late 90s, right?
Not even. Oh, it was so bad. Well, I mean, it was so bad, but it was so good. I mean, to be quite honest and truthful with it, I have the same asset that I use.
Is it like the one? It's like the one from that app. Isn't there a phone app where like you take video or something and then you just drop an explosion onto it?
Maybe, I don't know.
And
I don't have a smartphone to do that type of awesome stuff.
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
It was the cheesiest explosion. It was crazy because it was like randomly like real. Was the thing that was wrong with it? It was like the only like photorealistic thing happening on screen.
Yeah, it was so out of place and bizarre. It was funny though. I guess they had to outsource some of their assets for the effects portion of this episode.
It was like before animated GIFs were cool and funny. It was like skulls and flames turning in the circle.
But everyone's blind!
Yep, Dinobot says, my eyes, my eyes.
My eyes! My eyes!
My eyes! He has a freak out. And Rhinox is like, everyone calm down. And he's like, calm down!
It's darker than the inferno out here!
We can't see!
And this is actually like, we were just introduced to Inferno, the character, 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
And this is a little soon, but like after roughly like sometime in the near future, we're gonna start seeing that they don't use the word the Inferno to describe the smelting place or wherever Predicons are made. They call it the Pit.
No.
Yeah, from now on they'll change their swear word from by the Inferno to by the Pit.
Okay, is it like the Pit of Despair?
Nah, just the Pit.
Just the Pit. Mm-hmm. So everyone's blinded. Mm-hmm. They decide that they're gonna transform into beast mode, see if that helps.
But transforming is weird. It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't. Mm-hmm. It's all kind of awkward, and things are going in places that aren't supposed to go in places.
Yep. And they got 60 cycles to get to an R chamber.
Well, I don't understand that.
Why?
Like why they need 60 cycles in order to get to somewhere, or else it'll be permanent. And how did they know it was going to be permanent?
Well, Rhinox is very smart.
But the self-diagnostics were offline. He couldn't do anything.
He had to use his brain. He had to use his noggin, just like we have to use our noggin to figure out that the problem is that they've got contaminated energon all up in their stuff. And it's broken all their systems, including their optical sensors. And they'll go into stasis lock if they don't get back to the Axalon. Right. Post haste.
So they transform.
Do what Rhinox says. That's my alternate title for this episode. Do what Rhinox told you.
Says.
That and I actually wrote down. Oh, the snake. So Rhinox tells them that they all got to travel blind.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go back to their Axalon.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dinobot's like, but how?
We can see!
So they start caravanning it along, like holding on to tails and like that type of stuff.
Oh, I want to say something about that in a minute. But first, Megatron is mad. Megatron is mad that there is no trophy of many dead Maximals.
And this kind of falls back in line. It's like, oh, we killed him. No need to find proof if we killed him. Everything's gonna be fine.
Then how can you be sure you destroyed them? Go back there now and make certain.
Anything worth doing is worth not doing. It's the Predicon motto.
Seems like it. It depends on how ambitious you are for taking over Megatron's mantle. Now, we get to follow our nose.
Follow your nose.
This I liked. I got a kick out of it because it starts with Dino. Well,
It starts with Rat Trap.
Yeah.
Rat Trap is following Cheetor
By the tail.
by the tail.
Uh-huh.
Cheetor is following Dinobot.
He's got his tail in his
Got
mouth.
by his tail.
Uh-huh.
Dinobot is following KeRhinox and starts making comments about, oh God, it smells like a swamp in here. And it keeps on panning up, and it shows that, you know, Dinobot's nose is in
Rhinox's butt.
butt.
Yeah, it's his. He drew the short straw. I mean, like Rhinox's tail is very short. He's all up in his butt.
Rhinox is all school about it. He's like,
You're catching on, Dinobot. We just follow our noses and...
This shot made me giggle. I wrote down the Transformer human centipede. Possibly the Transformer cyberpede.
oh God, that's so bad. But while they're walking, they hear some sounds, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, what is that? What is that?" And they start, like, kind of freaking out because they hear something. And then we're given light to a big snake.
It's the biggest snake in the universe. This is a huge snake, legit.
I mean,
we don't have any. I don't. Well, maybe we have some. We have some mega snakes. We have big snakes.
Yeah,
do we have
big
snakes big enough to wrap around a cheetah 6 times?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, there's anacondas. Like, anacondas have been known to actually eat alligators, like full-on alligators.
That's huge.
I know.
That's huge. I've never seen one in person, but now I've seen one on a Transformer.
Well, I mean, if you could have seen the movie Anaconda. I know that you are...
I don't watch Ice Cube movies.
Isn't it iced tea? It's not ice cream. It's not vanilla ice?
Vanilla ice?
No, I don't... Italian ice!
Italian ice.
Ah,
delicious.
So good.
By the way, I didn't see Anaconda. And I don't want to see Anaconda.
I'm surprised that you haven't seen Anaconda or any other variations of those weird, stupid sci-fi movies. I'm sorry.
That was a legit movie put out by some legit company someplace. That was before.
Really, Dale?
That was before Cybershark or
I don't
Dino
know,
Croc
man.
or any of those.
I don't know, man. I think they fall into the same category. I think it's the same group of people that maybe try their stuff out on sci-fi and then end up like getting some.
Do you think
like,
there's?
Look at the freaking Sharknado people.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, that was a sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think that there's some
I'm not
kind of
gonna
a?
get into this right now.
No. Seriously, I think this bears looking into. Because are you saying that you believe that there's like some kind of a secret society, like the Knights Templar or like the Freemasons, but they're just out to make really bad movies?
I think so.
They're sabotaging pop culture?
I think that it's legitimately that the people of the Sci-Fi Channel, they will go and they will create something good, and then as soon as it starts getting good, they will immediately kill it so that nobody sees it anymore. I don't know. It's just stupid. But like all these other different shows, they just killed and canceled. Like, it's just ridiculous.
The shows are one thing. The shows are one thing, but the big thing is the series are one thing, but the movies are a totally different thing.
I don't know.
Because series is, the sci-fi series has tended to be good, right?
Yeah, they
like what? Well, they did Farscape.
Did
they do Farscape?
They did Farscape.
Mm-hmm.
They did Farscape. They did Warehouse 13.
Mm-hmm.
They did so many good.
But if they did a movie, whenever they did a movie, it turned to poop. The movies were just terrible.
Yeah,
did you see the one with Debbie Gibson and Tiffany?
No.
They're both in in one. I think it's Dino Croc versus Mega Shark.
In any case, the reason why I brought it up is that being that a certain Matt fellow, I am surprised that you have not seen Anaconda or Big Snake versus Giant Octopus Crocodile Shark person. thing.
Delicious.
Anyway, so it's an Anaconda, and it drops down, wraps around Cheetor, and like Anacondas, they're part of the constrictor family. So like what they'll do is like they'll grab onto him and squeeze, and usually they're chomped down on whatever they're holding, so it doesn't get out of the way, and then it'll constrict it until it can't breathe, and then suffocates, and then it'll go and swallow it so it can't fight.
Well, this snake didn't do any biting.
No, it didn't. And Cheetor makes a comment. He's like, "I can't breathe. You're a robot."
He does. Well, he has to be able to breathe.
Does he?
Does he? Yes, he does, because he's relying on his beast mode now. The beast mode needs to eat food. The beast mode needs has bodily things going on apparently.
Can't breathe.
Cheetor needs to breathe, bro.
Yeah, so we have a Looney Tunes moment.
Oh God, Dinobot, this is awesome.
Dinobot's like, "I'll save you," and then dashes.
No, he's not. He says, "Oh, let's get out of here."
Really?
Yeah, he says, "We're under attack. We're blind. Let's get out of here."
Oh God.
Or does he? Maybe he does attack, and he winds up super hardcore.
You won't get me.
Then he like makes a beeline and just runs right into a tree, completely pancakes into it. And I'm not exaggerating. He'd like
It was funny.
It was dumb.
It was awesome.
I don't know, man.
It's a kids show. Lighten up.
You roll out, man. You put me through this.
Yeah.
You made me watch this.
It's so good. This was
Now you deal with it.
This was a fine episode. So
Rat Trap comes to the rescue. I guess starts fighting off the snake. The snake then lets go of Cheetor.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rat Trap knocks Rat Trap away.
Yeah, he knocks Rat Trap away, and then he goes to chase
And he
him.
goes and chases him.
Mm-hmm.
Which this makes complete sense. Like this is predator and its normal prey.
Yeah, but he had,
rat.
but like the Cheetor is a big rat.
I know, but once again we have the snake not attacking its prey. It's just like kind of stand there.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes they strike, they grab,
Mm-hmm.
and then they curl up, and then they start swallowing. That's what they do, Dale.
Yeah, but this one didn't.
I know.
Are you saying that it's a Predicon spy?
Maybe.
Okay.
Are there any snake transformers like actual?
Yes.
Like
Legit, a snake.
Legit
There's a
snake
cobra.
tra-
There's a Beast Wars. There is a Beast Wars Cobra transformer. I don't know what his name was, but I had him, and he was actually pretty good. His legs were the body of the snake, because like his arms and his arms and his torso and his face turn into the what is the thing coming out of the sides of the
Cowl?
The cowl of the
hood.
The hood, yeah, the hood thing at the front end of a cobra.
Yeah.
No solid food plus a shock top. So
Hi, I'm Benadryl, everyone.
Yep. So the arms and the torso and the face all formed the hood of the spider, and at the crotch the legs just came out.
Of the spider?
Huh?
You said of the spider.
Oh, sorry. Ugh.
Anyway.
The arms and the head and the body of the Maximal formed the hood and face of the snake, and then the legs just straight up disjointed, and you pulled one leg all the way through the rest of the body, and then straightened it out, and it was the tail.
Huh.
It was pretty good. It was almost pretty good. Almost pretty good. I don't have it anymore because I decided to sell it for a named character. That one of my trade-ins been.
So we have Rat Trap fighting off this snake, freaking out. The snake then gets up behind him, goes to strike. And then...
Rat Trap is continuing this theme of throwing things really far.
Not Rat Trap.
No, because Rat Trap got thrown really far.
Oh yeah, he did get thrown really far. Sorry.
No worries. And then
and then the snake goes and tries to attack Rat Trap. Stuck short. I didn't get him. Turns back and looks behind it.
Rhinox has stepped on his tail.
Yep.
And he can't get any farther.
Not on my watch.
And
or
then
not on my watch. Question mark.
Now and then Rhinox. Do we see Rhinox throw the snake?
Goes and grabs him, scoops him up, and throws him so far away. And the funny thing is like several episodes ago, we had Pterosaur getting shot out of the waste disposal, the garbage chute or whatever, and you hear that.
Yeah, that long drop,
Yeah,
and then.
and that satisfying thud. You have something very similar here, where he goes up, and the snake gets thrown out, and then it goes out in the distance, and all of a sudden you hear this thud.
And then an elephant
Poor
voice.
elephant noise!
That was the best. I thought that kind of a detail is...
That was good.
That was brilliant.
That was good. That was really good. Okay, so they get out of the woods. They start.
Well, Cheetor is hurt, and
he's hurting bad
he's
now.
super bad. He's got a torn deltoid or something like that. His shoulder is hurt, and he's got to get up on Rhinox. But Dinobot says to leave him. Rhinox says no, and then we have a commercial break.
Yeah. So we come back from the commercial break. They left Cheetor back in the forest.
yes. Cheetor is dead now.
Yes. But no, they wander out of the forest. They get to this waterfall, and there's this like back and forth where Rhinox is like, "Oh, we got the waterfall here," and Dinobot's like, "What? What did you say?"
And that was what Rhinox says. We found the waterfall.
It's like, so, but it's like, dude, you're
Dinobot's
blind,
like, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're blind, not deaf, and you asked him what?
Yep.
Anyway,
Before this, Optimus Prime is calling Tigertron. We don't see Optimus Prime yet. We see Tigertron. He gets a call from Optimus Primal, from Primal saying to go to Grid Alpha, and he's sending Airazor to Grid Delta, but we never see
her.
Yeah.
Well, I think we kind of hear her, maybe, because there's some, like, you know...
I don't know, but it is an interesting thing. Did you know? You don't know yet. I won't say it. I'll say it later. Well, I'll say it now. We might as well, because it's something that is interesting, because, like, it's not like the cast is huge, right?
No.
But I don't know if I've mentioned before, Airazor and Dinobot never say a word to each other.
What?
In this whole series, Airazor and Dinobot will never interact.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what? I read that on Cyberpedia, or what is it? The Transformers Wikipedia.
Huh.
The Transformers TFWiki.com. Yeah, and I was like, what? Really? That's crazy. Now I have to watch. And even when they're in the same scene with each other, they don't talk.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's keep an eye on it.
Granted, we've only seen a couple episodes with her in it so far.
Yeah, she's only been here for like a week, but but still, yeah, they're never gonna talk.
Also, another thing in this scene, while Tigertron receives this radio signal from Prime, we have the iconic Assassin's Creed map point, where if Altair, right, he climbs up to the top of a tower, where there was a bird. And then all of a sudden, like, he gets up on the tower, and then it does this, like, 360
Oh, the big 360, yeah.
And then you hear, like, an eagle caw.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Same thing with Tigertron.
Oh,
he's
sweet.
Up on
He's
the edge
synchronized.
Of the cliff, and it's just,
He's got a full health bar now.
Yeah, now he's going to jump into a pile of, hay.
Yeah, leap of faith.
That's where it goes.
Waspinator thinks he vaporized the Maximals.
Yeah, so they're out, over at the wreckage, and then I guess they see... traces of energon from where the explosion was leading away.
Eventually, yeah.
And then we have... Sorry.
No worries.
We have Tarantulas, who's like sitting there like, Megatron! Megatron! I found something like walking energon!
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, it might be the Maximals.
Well, it must be. Waspinator must not have killed the Maximals. No. And so... Oh, yeah, and he dispatches Pterosaur.
Because they can't do anything.
Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, Waspinator is doing his job. He located the truck. He went back to investigate. He's like, oh, Waspinator must have vaporized these sand sacks. And then he goes up into the air, and then he uses his bug eyes and finds out, no, looks like there's a trail. Maybe they survived. Got to follow the trail. He's making all the right decisions. And what does he do next? He finds them.
Yeah, he does. But
because we already got to that waterfall part. So
and they start crossing. Waspinator finds them and is like, oh, well, something's wrong with them. I guess they can't see. It's like, how can you figure that out?
They don't have irises.
Well, they do that as...
Their optical sensors are not there anymore. Optical sensors are offline.
The producers are doing
they
that
only have
as
the
a
white.
means to demonstrate to us their lack of sight.
If we can see that they have a lack of sight, then so can Waspinator.
That is
If we can secondhand, then Waspinator can firsthand.
that is a bunch of slag, and you know it.
Nah, I don't know, man. The symptom is visibly shown in all cases.
But how does he know that that's a sight thing opposed to like a new type of vision thing that they got? I don't know, man.
Well, they'd have guns out.
Or they just don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't notice him, not see them. You know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna. Not worth it. Rolling out.
All right, good.
But yeah, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna finish this. Rat Trap goes and checks on ahead. They all climb onto the log. Waspinator still can't do his job right. Basically shoots it.
He came really close.
Oh, come on, man.
He shot the ground out from underneath them. They're already in a weakened state. He can further damage them by knocking them off of this bridge. He takes the bridge down, and they are falling. The log is falling.
This
and now
man
he just
did
has
a
to
Peter Pan right off of here.
And then he just has to go find parts of the wreckage to bring back to Megatron. I can has trophy now.
I don't.
And then Pterosaur shows up.
Pterosaur shows
to play the
up.
part of Eric Coomer. In the, can't you do anything, right, Waspinator?
So does that make you Waspinator if I'm
Yes.
Pterosaur in this situation?
Looks like it.
Arrgh.
And then we cut to the end of the opening sequence of Metal Gear Solid Part 3, Snake Eater.
Yeah, the big
I
boss.
really wanted them to
boss.
pan to the left. If they panned to the left, they would have seen the bony remains of the Sorrow. Yeah, I was on the side. I was seriously thinking about that. What, bottom of a waterfall? You have the
They were on a bridge to get thrown off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not like 5 minutes of first aid stuff with paramedic walking them through and how to tie up their arms and
Yeah,
move
but
leeches
Dinobot
and
does
bullets
say
and stuff.
Yeah, but Dinobot does say that they are blind, wet, and helpless.
Yes.
They are totally messed up.
I found it odd, like in this scene, it's like, okay, they were obviously having I know that they were trying to do stylizing choices, but the only thing that it seemed apparent is that their view distance or their draw distance was really lacking. I guess they didn't have the resources on the computer to actually render that far.
Oh, so they just made it foggy everywhere?
So it was mad foggy. It
Yeah.
was like N64, all over again. Like everything past a certain point is just a fog.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really bad.
Yeah.
Like first gen N64 games.
Mm-hmm.
Ocarina of Time had
Did
that
that
fog
get-
issue. The
that was
parts
a-
of
that was a-
Mario
that was a-
Brothers had that.
Yeah.
Lots of other games
Mhm.
on the N64 that I cannot name at this point.
Now we have to put the N64 kid video in the shows.
I don't know who that.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
okay.
Yes! So there's lots of things that we do in video games to still mask the loading that's happening in the background.
Yeah,
and I'm more likely to believe.
but that's,
I'm much more likely to believe.
That is on the fly rendering. That is somewhat understandable. But
Yeah,
in
and that's
pre-rendered
fine.
environment, that's a little bit unacceptable. Maybe trying to do it as an artistic point and it's foggy. Or
I thought it
whatever
was
because
beautiful
of-
and atmospheric.
All right, fine.
Okay.
So we come across them pulling themselves up off the shore, and Waspinator and Pterosaur spot them on the beach. They think it's going to be like shooting ducks in a barrel.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah. Ducks in a barrel.
Ducks in a barrel, 'cause
Yep.
that's what you do.
That's where ducks congregate.
That's where the ducks congregate, in a
Uh-huh.
barrel.
And Rhinox already has a plan. He tells everybody to transform. He tells everybody to transform, and I was laughing because I really wanted to go someplace else. Everybody transforms, and then Rhinox is not transformed.
Yeah.
So I kind of expected him to, and it would have been funny if he says, "All right, everybody transform and look like you got a gun," and then Rhinox is still a rhino, so he just runs away.
Yeah. But yeah, it was very okay, all right, everyone transform, and then Dinobot's like, why? We can't see. And that was taken back to Star Wars, where Luke is like, but with the blind shield down, how can I see? And
Yeah.
Rhinox is in the back is like, eyes can deceive you, don't trust them. Very, very Obi-Wan-esque.
Yeah, I have Obiwan KeRhinox.
So he
written
gets
down.
up, he's like, okay, exposition here. It's
Yeah.
imagine in your mind a grid pattern, like the one that we always train and target practice on. The one that, we saw a while ago, but you guys weren't around, so it wasn't on the show. And
Yeah, the
we
one
had
that
to
the
make
audience
it-
doesn't have a benefit of having seen.
Yeah.
We could have
so
used
we're
this.
going to describe it to you right now
Yeah, we
before we
coulda-
actually just show it.
We could have set this up, and I'll tell you, we're never gonna see that grid.
ever
You know,
again.
I don't care about spoiler alerts at this point. No, we're never going to see that training room.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So another issue that I had with that is that all of them at this point are standing in different directions.
Yeah, they're all facing in different directions.
So,
and Rhinox is...
if you see the grid, and the grid is oriented to the way that you're facing at the time that you bring it up in your mind's eye.
I was thinking that everybody should probably face the same direction. Maybe hold hands for a second.
orient
themselves. Because nobody's really doing the thing.
No.
That would be important to do.
It'd be great. He's like, okay. He's giving out instructions for people to aim and, like, wait for the fire. I was just waiting for them to, like, still, like, being facing incorrect directions, and then they all fire and shoot one of themselves.
Yeah, they all shoot each other, and then the Beast Wars are over.
Yeah. Oh. But that didn't happen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But so immediately Pterosaur gets it, and then Waspinator runs, and he's like, "This can't be." Tigertron hears about this. Hears this going on, right? Because he's getting closer.
He hears the weapons fire.
And he calls
decides
Optimus.
to check it out.
And then Waspinator gets it.
Because
he's going to dive in and do it again.
Straight above. And then, Rhinox calls it, of course. And then all of a sudden, like, after the fight was over, everyone starts shorting out. And Rhinox is like, oh, well, the transformation sped up the contamination.
Might as well maximize for some reason. Why does he need to maximize?
Because I guess he hears something which is actually...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Tigatron, or... No, it was Optimus.
It was Optimus.
Primal.
Yeah, it was Optimus coming out of the sky.
When, thank goodness, Optimus Primal knew to shout Rhinox's name and say, "It's me, Optimus Primal."
I'm guessing you can't see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be pointing your crazy Gatling gun at me. I think maybe Rhinox was bitter at Optimus for not having shown up to fight the actual fight that was happening. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna stasis lock right now, so you have to carry me.
Yeah. Forget you, bro. You know what? I'm going boneless. Bah. Just completely goes limp like a 4-year-old throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, I'm like a kid at the grocery store. No, I don't want to go.
But then, like, Prime gets there and he's like, Tigatron, Code X. Why can't you just say... What?
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I don't understand. What's the difference? Why would you need a code? No reason.
Maybe that is the code. I want to go through the whole show one more time and find out, like, I'm going to just write down the situation whenever a code is called.
And then
and then just start using them in my real life. Like, honey, Code X. Everybody's laid down and nobody's moving, and I'm not doing it alone. We got to carry children.
Well, I hope that's the case, and not Code X, honey. Everyone has been blinded. What? Deal? I left you home with the kids for 5 minutes.
Everybody's
I
been
stepped
blinded by
outside
tainted fuel.
to grab the mail. What the hell were you doing that you managed to blind everybody? I don't know. So anyway, they cut back to the Axalon. Everyone's coming out of the regen chambers.
Just Rhinox. It's Rhinox waking up in a maximal torture chamber.
And,
everybody's
like,
there.
It's nice to see you, buddy.
See what I did there? Do you see what I did there?
I guess we can see where this is going.
Oh, and by the way, thanks.
Yeah.
So they thank him, and then Rhinox tells them, "Oh, I think this was a good thing that we did this, because before then we didn't know what we were capable of in our beast modes, and now we do." And
Dinobot shares my sentiment. Like, how the heck is this? It was a good experience.
This was not a good thing.
Oh, this is horrible. And then he's like, "Oh, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go outside and smell some flowers." And then that's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
and then
pretty much
Rat
it.
Trap says, "I love that luck nut," and it circle wipes into Rat Trap's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. They needed a few more frames to fill in the 20-minute time slot.
But that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it was a fun episode.
Yeah.
It wasn't too. It had its dumb moments, but it had its good moments. It had its clever moments.
It had that crazy explosion.
It had the explosion that was funny. It
Yeah.
had the big snake
things
and
getting thrown.
elephant
Snake versus
thing.
elephant.
The elephant gag was hilarious. I mean, I don't know. It was a nice balance.
A good time had by all.
Yes. I guess that's it.
Yeah, that is totally it for this week's episode. I had a good time. Did you have a good time?
I had a good time.
All right, we're gonna go time traveling now with episode 21 next week. Episode 21 was recorded a while ago, so that one will be news to everybody when we get to that one.
Yeah.
But until then, I've been Dale.
And I've been Eric.
And you've been listening to the Transformers Beast Wars podcast,
which you can find at optimusprimecast.com.
Have a good week, everybody. High five.